Hi everybody, it's Taylor. I've got Marco here today with me, helping me with the MIATA. Say hi.
Hello.
We're gonna do the timing belt, water pump, gaskets, coolant reroute, put the clutch on, transmission back on, and have the motor ready to go back in the car, hopefully by tonight. It's like a weeknight. We just got off work not too long ago, so we'll see how much we get done. Anyway, this is part 2, so hopefully we'll get the motor done tonight. It'll be ready to go in. Ben's dropping the subframe off tomorrow, so I can put that in tomorrow. And then by Saturday, it should be running. If not, something went horribly wrong. Yay, new clutch. You're not supposed to touch the disc.
Oh my god.
It has that one line in it on the inside. See that one?
Yeah, but it's not that bad. It doesn't catch my nail like that hard. It has surface rust.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I should just be able to sand it.
If you can sand it down, it'll probably clean it up enough. What you don't want is uneven wavy lines. That way your clutch doesn't grab.
We don't want our clutch to grab?
Yeah, you don't want it to grab because then you'll go places and that's not a thing you want.
What are we doing now, Margo?
We are going to put the engine in top dead center. So when I take the timing belt off and we put it back on, the cams are still timed with the crank. So we don't mess stuff up, which you really can on this motor because it's a non-interference motor, which means that if the belt was to break, the valves would never touch the pistons.
Marco taught me something new. I didn't even know that this motor was on interference. He's so smart. He knows a lot about these motors though.
I learned the hard way, right? Everybody learns the hard way.
He's been working on this. How many times have you done timing belts on yours?
I have, the timing belt I've only done once, but I have pulled my motor about 5 different times, and 3 of those times was breaking the oil pan because it was too low.
So don't be too low. I'm just kidding. If you like your car low, that's up to you, but function over form all day. Alright, so Marco's taking the plugs out so we can make sure that the piston itself is at top dead center using the little screwdriver method. We're going to check them as well. What do you think about them? Yeah, so it's not bad. There's not a lot of oil or anything on it either. So.
It's not black, it's not white. It's perfect. I put the dowel pin thing back on. It's going to go in here. Put that back on.
We also forgot to mention that you take all these little plastic covers off, but it's so easy that it's really not worth going over. It's just some bolts. You just take them off.
Yeah. Tighten that bolt again. Not hard, just enough. So I can move my piston. It still has the other spark plugs because I'm lazy and I don't want to take them out, so it still has compression. So it's going to do this little jumpy thingy. This is not a big enough screwdriver.
Damn it, Marco. He's not usually this bad, I swear.
It's not my tools. It's not fair.
He's making excuses. Those are excuses.
I have excuses.
They're excuses.
Where is the big giant screwdriver?
Dude, there's one in there for sure. You crazy? Look at all these screwdrivers. Apparently, this is not a long enough screwdriver,
no, that's
guys.
Long. That's long.
Do you see this short screwdriver? This is like one of those stubby ones, right, Marco?
No, it's like a good one. Ta-da! That's touching the piston. And now you see it go up and down. Wait. And you want to leave it all the way at the top right before it starts going back down. Right there. Pow. And then, if you look over here, see this little notch right here? That has to be straight up, which also means top dead center. Yink.
Oh wait, no, I think you gotta go back some now.
You can do it by hand.
See, right there.
Ta-da!
Alright, so this is the coolant reroute setup, which we'll show you more later. It's from Veggie. They actually make really good stuff, honestly, but the gaskets that they include in here are like these stick-on ones. So that's the normal side, and then they're sticky on the other side, and he had an issue with his leaking.
It's very flimsy. If you I don't want to bend it, but it's very flimsy, and I put it on in my car, and this is going in the back of the motor, so it's really hard to get in there when the motor's already in the car. And I put it on there, and it was leaking, and I had to fix it in the car, which took me a good 5 hours, a couple knuckles, and a lot of patience that I don't have.
Yeah, that's like half the reason I pulled the motor to do the clutch was because I had to do that as well. So I don't want to have to do it again because in the car there's like no room. You can't even see it. I don't even know how you get to it. I couldn't even get hardly to the bottom bolt for the coil pack switch bolt back there. So it would really suck to have to do that too. So now we're gonna go to AutoZone and we're gonna get some new gaskets. Then we're gonna 7-Eleven and get some drinks and snacks. And what else are we gonna get, Marco?
Stuff. Cookies. I love Almond Joys.
Almond?
Yes.
Almond
Joys?
Almond. Does anyone know what an almond is? Comment if you know what an almond is.
Okay.
Alright, we out. Alright, so we got to AutoZone. It said they had 2. We need 3, and they only had 1. So now we gotta go back by Marco's house. Oh, we can get the clutch alignment tool while we're there.
My house. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and we can get the clutch alignment tool while we're at his house. So that kind of actually works out perfect. White girl.
Yes.
Rachel wants a Monster. I kind of want a Monster. It's real late. This is a bad idea, but I'm getting a Monster.
Chicken roller? Chicken.
It's so good.
No, ew. Ah! Ah! It looks so dangerous. Look at his greasy fingers.
Stop it. Just so you guys know, I love 7-Eleven food. Oh my god, hold your drink. Oh shit, oh shit. Oh god. Oh my god. Got it? Sick. Little thunder there. Oh! Marco's motor's out too because his clutch is messed up as well, so.
No pretty.
Yes, that's no bueno.
It's an unsprung though, so.
He think he's cool because he got an unsprung clutch.
Check this out.
So Marco made some renovations to his parking situation, and I haven't seen him yet, so I'm kind of excited. Oh, the MIATA. Another MIATA. This is his.
Cheater Y.
This is dirtier than mine.
Let's go.
Alright, we out.
You're supposed to touch this because it's gonna get dirty as soon as you put it in there. I got the wrong one.
Oh my god, you serious?
This is a 241. Ta-da!
We went all the way to your house for nothing.
Well, I thought it was the broken one, was the MIATA one. I was wrong. That's what happens when you have a lot of cars over a period of time.
Alright, Nick, what's wrong with your car? We gonna check it out?
Oh yeah, we check it out. We just want to make sure everything's done. I done put this bitch on together.
So, Nick doesn't really work on cars much, and his water pump went bad, and he did it himself. I'm real proud of him.
The only thing I'm worried about is right here. You see how it's not lined up all the way, and I didn't want to like fucking tighten this shit.
What do you mean lined up? It's fine. It's
no.
just a tensioner.
Yeah, so that's fine right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just tensioning. Alright, so this is why we got these gaskets. They have this like silicone-ish ring, so they should seal a little better. Alright, so you can't really see it in this video, but the front main seal kind of like popped out and got eaten up by the crank gear. So that's why the front main seal was leaking, which is another one of the reasons why, or is actually the main reason why I'm doing the timing belt and everything, because I needed to replace that front main seal. See how that? Nasty. So we've got to show you guys what we use to take this seal out. But we use this little pick, and you just basically stick it into the seal and pop it out. But you want to make sure that you don't scratch either of these surfaces, like the surface on the crank or the surface on the outside here. So you don't want to scratch either of these because that'll prevent it from sealing. Looking in here, you can see that the oil is super clean. because there would be like, it would be nasty if the oil in the block was nasty, which we'll find out when we take the oil pan off too. But if you're just doing the front main, you can get an idea of like how dirty the inside of your motor is. And the head is also very clean. It's not like, there's not a ton of like oil deposits, so that's good news. Motor's clean inside, so
it's taken care of.
Oil's been changed a lot. If the oil's not changed, that's when you're gonna see a bunch of deposits and sludge and things like that, so we good. So Marco's super upset because I have this really awesome coolant hose adapter that the previous owner must have made, so that the hose comes straight out of the front instead of coming out backwards and having to route under the turbo and stuff.
Look at my sad face.
He wants it so bad. He's dying right now. I put gloves on because I get tired of getting my hands dirty. Like that. Dirty ass hands. Say hi, other Taylor.
What after?
You having fun, Marco?
No. No. Hold this up. I'll explain it when it comes up.
There you go.
We gotta straighten that out, by the way. Because you just moved it, see? Now it's out of place. So you have to squish it back in the right hole, and look at how much flex there is.
And we have to RTV both sides?
RTV both sides. This is the stupidest. Wait, this is horrible. Mazda killed it with this one.
Yeah, this is like awesome. The only thing that seems shitty. The oil still looks good though. Like the
yeah, everything's nice and clean.
Oh, this is gonna suck, dude, because we gotta do the wire wheel deal and all this.
Yeah, we need to take this off.
Alright, so we made a table because we were getting really tired of being unorganized, so.
A door and tires. Back to work.
Alright, so to get the rear main seal off, we have to unbolt this plate. But as you can see, with it on the stand, it's gonna really be gay. So that kind of sucks, but whatever. We gotta do it. So we got the voltage by making our hands really small. And it's out.
It's not bad.
The gasket stuck on the block side.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck to clean.
Gotta do it.
Alright, so this is Fed's 4 before.
How you doing?
Yeah, this is my roommate Fed. He taught Marco a little trick that I didn't know either, or didn't think about either.
Use the old rear main seal, and probably the front one too, to tap in the new one, because this is actually pretty sturdy.
And it's the perfect size.
And it's soft as well. It's not hard stuff. So, and it's the perfect size. So it goes straight perfect. Just make sure, especially with the rear one, that you don't go too far.
Oh yeah, especially the front one too, because you wouldn't be able to pull it back out.
Yeah, you'd have to pull the oil pump.
Yeah, which would suck.
Which we're not gonna do.
We're not doing that.
But this is perfect.
Also, one more tip that I learned after scraping gasket sealer off with a razor blade: use a wire wheel on a drill, and just I'll demonstrate here. And then it gets it to like this. Like, see how it's all in there? You can get most of it out. And then just come back with brake cleaner and clean it off, and make sure you clean out all of this where you're getting like old little pieces in the oil pan and stuff, and wherever you're doing it. But it's very effective, way better than a razor blade. You'll hate your life if you do it with a razor blade, so don't do it with a razor blade. Alright, so we're gonna wrap up for tonight because it's late and we gotta work tomorrow. But we got the oil pan gasket done, we got all the timing stuff off, we got the front and rear main seals done, the front block off plate for the coolant reroute, which I forgot to show you guys in depth, but sorry. Got to do the rear, the water pump, and the timing belt tomorrow, and the clutch, and then it'll be ready to go back in. Thanks again to Marco for helping me. He's a hero.
Is it recording through the microphone?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. So hopefully tomorrow Ben will bring me a subframe. We'll go do some donuts at the shop, and then come back, finish working on this, and it'll be in by this weekend, and the subframe.
Hooray!